Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 3 of season 5 of The Expanse. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are watching episode 3 of season 5 of The Expanse, and I keep saying like I'm ready. I'm not ready. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I think season 5 has this greater vibe coming from it that everyone is like, it's my favorite season, or you're not even ready for this season. Oh sweet summer child, you're not ready for this season. And it builds it up a lot, and I don't think that it's like building it up beyond the point that I'd be like, oh well, that's a letdown by any means. I don't think you could do that in The Expanse. But I think that it kind of like it gives me like this feeling like the other shoe's gonna drop. Whether it's like an Eros, it's a Venus, it's a ring, it's like, all of these like moments, a Meneo, where it just all of a sudden happens and I'm just shocked. And I feel like I'm waiting for that moment to like really hit me, and I'm almost like terrified but excited for it. It's like walking through a haunted house and like something's going to jump out at you, and like when it does you're like, "Oh, ha ha ha." And then like the real scare comes. I feel like that's Marco, not Marcos. Marco. I feel like I'm like waiting for him to do some crazy shit, but then like that's the distraction for the other crazy shit that's coming. So I'm trying to I'm trying to buffer the expectation, but I'm also like really giddy for something just like batshit crazy. And I know it's probably coming. Mostly I'm I was really happy that we got Drummer in the last episode, and I'm not excited, but I am excited at the same time for her to make the discovery of Ashford. I don't know if they know that he's gone. I think that finding the Tynan, she can kind of put two and two together. Like he wouldn't just abandon his ship. But I don't know if that message that he was sending got out to her or got out to anyone. But I will say this, that, ooh, I could just cry all over again. That Ashford's like one of those characters that like I didn't know what to think about him. Like I agreed with a lot of what he was saying, like even though he was stepping on Drummer's toes, and I didn't like how direct he was and how he's kind of standing too close to her, and proximity wise, like I was like, yo, dude, back up. But then like just the things that he would say and kind of like the lessons that he would give, and how he would treat some of the other people, like kind of like I was like, okay, he's not too awful. Shooting Grigori was like not okay. But I would say that like, over time I was like, okay, he's likable. They had the moment on the Behemoth, in the drum where he's singing the song and talking about his daughter, and he's, opening himself up to Drummer and is really trying to like be vulnerable with her. And I appreciated that moment, but like then like the callbacks of like when he's on the Tynan and he's watching the video of him playing with his baby daughter when he doesn't have the scars on his face, and singing that song while she's floating in zero G, like it was just a beautiful humanizing moment for Ashford. And that's where I was like, okay, he's not just a character in the story anymore. He's somebody that I actually care about, because it created this depth to him. It wasn't just a vulnerability, it was a depth. You could see what a beautiful man he probably was to his daughter. Now he was still a pirate. He's still the ghost knife of Callisto, right? But like you could see like those more heartwarming moments from him. And then him singing that song as he's, floating into space to meet his doom. I mean, if Drummer reaches the Tynan and she sees that video of him and his daughter and him singing the song, she's going to remember their time on the Behemoth. And then if she hears the message that he sent and he's singing that song, I can only imagine the rage that will come out of her. And I think it would be very satisfying because of like the emotions that I feel that I'm holding on to, that like I'm getting emotional about even thinking about it, and like how meaningful it would be. I don't know if she's going to avenge him, but like at least like be a conduit through all the feelings that I'm feeling, because nobody knows, nobody's feeling this. I mean, you guys all are, but like nobody in this world has expressed one sadness about Ashford, anger, just there's been nothing. And I'm like, I need closure. I need I need this to be healed somehow because of how I feel. And I think drummer's the key. And she my girl. So this episode is brought to you by Pinot Grigio, which I have not started drinking yet because it is 1:04 in the afternoon. Vegas, baby. Glen Nights. Yeah. Definitely. I asked Xander, I was like, hey, what episode should I, maybe throw in some rosé? He's like, all of them. I was like, okay, here we go. So I'm hoping that, I mean, like, I don't need wine to relax and enjoy myself, but I feel like I get a little bit more saucy when I do. And it's not like I'm drunk by any means, but I do like the vibe. It makes it amplified, I think, not only internally, but externally. You get to see the amplification and why everybody wants me to come to their parties until it gets out of control. And then they're like, go to bed. So now we have Naomi, who chartered a flight to Palace Station, where she believes Philip is. That's the information that Fred Johnson gave her. I feel like I know she couldn't take Holden because not only is he an Earther, but he's James friggin' Holden. And I feel like if Marco has kind of affected Philip in a way that it makes him this terrorist and this just awful person, that like he will not be receptive to James Holden. I don't even think he'll be receptive to Naomi. And I don't think she will recognize this person as her son. And I think she's in for a heartbreak when she does finally meet him face to face. I don't know when that happens. I don't expect it soon, but if it is soon, great. Let's get that out of the way because I wanted her to see her son since she's mentioned she had a son. But I really would like for hopefully a rehabilitation to happen with Philip. Maybe Naomi can open his eyes to a different way of thinking, be open about the mistakes that she's made and why she left. And I don't think by any means a teenage boy is going to understand any of that. So that is going to be a tough one for her. It's also going to be a tough one for Holden, not being there to help her. He is all alone on the Rossi. I mean, he found Monica. So I guess they'd be friends. Not a fan. Especially when she's like, oh, anything that you say is not on the record. Zzz, zzz, with her eyeball. Like, Monica. Really? But at least now he knows because of the message she was able to send through her eye, so he can see that she had the same thing that Cohen had. I don't know if that makes him trust her even less. It should, because you never know what is and is not on the record. But I don't know if now they are going to be in an investigative Scooby-Doo team to try to figure out who's doing what with this proto-molecule information and then that it's being used. Because apparently somebody wants to use it for a weapon and Fred Johnson doesn't know that, or he does and is playing dumb. Fred Johnson's not really good at playing dumb, I don't think. And it was really nice to get Chad Coleman back. I really like him as Fred Johnson. I really like Fred Johnson as a character. I wasn't sure how I was supposed to feel about him when we first met him because how they introduced him, was like, oh, he just killed all these people. And then you see like that he had no intention of killing those people. So I feel like Fred is a fairly decent guy. The fact that he was okay with Belters dying, and Drummer punches him in the face for it, I think that like he's got a little bit more of that Dawes mentality. He probably needed somebody like Drummer around to kind of like keep him away from that way of thinking. And now I don't know. I mean, she's going to be going to find the Tynan, so I don't think he's going to have his moral compass. Now, the person that like really depends on a moral compass didn't have one. And he seemed to fare very well. Amos did very well in Baltimore for what we could have expected when he was talking to Charles. He was very cold and aloof and very Amos. And then he kind of had that moment where he's like, this person cared about Lydia. So I'm going to give him like an extension of like what Amos can give when it comes to care. And he took care of it. He found Eric, his brother, still don't know if they're related. I'm sure somebody will let me know on that. But and said like, hey, like, give Charles the house. And Eric definitely seemed very relieved that that was the only reason why Amos was there. It does seem that our Amos slash Timmy has a reputation. I mean, we know his reputation. I don't know what they know about his reputation. More in depth, I'm sure. I'm sure the nitty gritty is what these people know of our Amos slash Timmy. He doesn't even look like a Timmy. He doesn't look like a Tim. He doesn't look like a Timothy. Tim. Mm-mm. That's an Amos Burton right there. Now, the scenes that we got, it took me until the third moment to really see that Amos was seeing kind of like memories of him as a child with Lydia after, beatings or worse. But she seemed like she truly cared about him and did the best that she could. And we had that heartwarming kind of moment with Lydia talking to him while they're staring out at the water and watching the ships go. Something that he had mentioned, like with Eric, about them like watching the ships take off. And after that, like he gets this idea that he like wants to talk to Christian about seeing somebody, which I'm sure is. I'll give her a chance. It's fine. I just assume that it's Clarissa, Peaches, whatever we want to call her. Um, he needs to leave because it seemed like Eric was like, now get off of Earth and never come back. I don't know if he meant Earth or if he just meant Baltimore, but I'm pretty sure that like Amos doesn't have anywhere else to go anywhere else on Earth. So that's what he needs to be back up with his crew. The sooner he gets back to Holden, the better, because then I think the sooner he gets back to Holden, the sooner Holden and Amos and Alex can go and help Naomi with her terrifying situation that she's got herself into. Now with Alex kind of having that moment with Bobby, like they seem to be like good friends, but then when he's like on Mars and is just kind of like, hey buddy, and like wants to have drinks and is being all happy and positive and like, oh, I'm sure you'll figure everything out. Like she's like, I don't want to hear this. Like the fact that he came back to try to fix things with people that he already said, I don't want you. I don't love you enough to be in your life. And now he's having, remorse for that. But like her just saying like, you need to let it go. And like, I agree. Like, just go let them be happy. Stop interrupting their lives. Stop hurting them. Every time you show up, it hurts. Leave them alone. They do not want you. But like Bobby gets like really upset, and it's I don't want to say it's out of character for Bobby because we've seen her get more and more frustrated with the way that Mars is going. We saw it with Thomas and with her nephew a little bit. But like we see it really right there with Alex, and then Alex walking around and kind of seeing all like the like vacancy signs for all the businesses and just how different life on Mars is and how unaware he was. And like maybe he just wasn't ready to accept it. But, him wanting to help Bobby with the situation that her and Christian are kind of setting up, like trying to get through this network to see who's ultimately getting all of these weapons to Marco. I'm excited for because I think, especially because he knows people in higher places, I think that like a lot of layers of the onion will be peeled back, but a lot of big heads might roll. Excited about that. He goes to see Salvatore, and Salvatore is he's not open to the idea of talking to Alex. He definitely working with Belters and Earthers is seen as like this mark against Alex, when really I think seeing that people from different factions of space coming together to work together and that they can work together, I think is like, why wouldn't you be proud of somebody for doing that? But I get it. Mars first, apparently. I guess the only way to show that you're a patriot of Mars is by thinking other people are less than or not working with them. Yeah, I think that's why I like our crew, is because they're not assholes. But it'll be interesting to see going forward because I already forgot her name, but there seems to be that woman that is with Salvatore that's going to try to dig a little bit into Alex and get some information from him. Especially if somebody on Tycho is trying to weaponize the protomolecule or is doing research on the protomolecule. And then you have somebody on Mars who might actually be behind a little bit of the weapons selling. I don't know if he is or if he isn't, but like she might be. I just feel like those storylines might end up colliding some way somehow, because Alex has information on not only weapons, not only the protomolecule, and not only like the politics of everything and how it went down, but you know, like he's got a lot of information that somebody could utilize to help their situation. And I hope that that's not necessarily the case, and that, you know, because Alex, you know, he's kind of built for battle in space. Like that's the thing that he's good. So hopefully his defenses kind of come up a little bit and he starts playing a little bit of offense, or like he realizes that somebody's trying to infiltrate. I don't know if that's the case, but I feel like that's what's going to go on. A lot of my theories never come true, but the ones that do, damn, I'm a genius. All right, first sip of Pinot. Okay, so I don't know if we're going to get a lot from Christian and Nancy Gao in that whole situation, because it really seemed like Delgado was more on Christian's side. And I think like she still has people that are pretty loyal to her and like want to aid her or help her. Nancy Gao is not one of those people. Her trying to like embarrass Christian, I like still am like if I were loyal to Nancy Gao, I would have been like, mic drop, oh my God, like look at her. But at the same time, like I love and adore Christian, and I feel like that would have been exactly how Christian would have treated Nancy. So, you know, you can't be too mad at Nancy for fighting fire with fire. It might, I don't know if it shows that she's a good leader, but it definitely helps show that she's not going to put up with Christian's bullshit. If she has any bullshit, she's not doing the job that she's supposed to be doing on Luna when she's talking to them about the weapons coming from Mars and Marco. So interesting. But I'm going to stop speculating. I'm going to get into this episode. Super excited. Just had my first sip of wine, so expect it to be mildly saucy. Pinot is a lot harder than rosé, so let's not get nuts. Let's just have fun. Okay, guys, let's get into it. Ooh. Oh, yeah. The rocks that are headed to Earth. Which somebody told me that it was over the Arctic. I was trying to figure out the geography of where they were planning on landing. They're exploding. Crashing. You okay, Christian?
Okay. Listen. A belter, a Martian, and an earther walk into a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Bartender, he asks the belter what he wants. The belter says, I'll have a glass of your finest Martian whiskey. Drinking like my enemy lets me think like my enemy.
Oh.
He drinks his Martian whiskey. Bartender asks the Martian what he wants. The Martian says, a glass of your finest earther tequila. Drinking like my enemy also lets me think like my enemy. So the Martian drinks his earther tequila. So
Excuse
now...
me. Sorry to interrupt. I'm Dr. Alloy.
Dr. Ellie, fucking go
What's your
away.
poison, Doc?
Bourbon?
Yeah.
Finish the joke.
That's weird.
Oh,
What?
it has stealth tech
All
on it.
these rocks have consistently higher return signatures on one side only.
Could these rocks have been fragments of a single larger asteroid? If this were the case, what do you estimate the size of the original asteroid was?
Ballpark.
21 megatons.
Based on these readings, somewhere between 10 and 30 meters in diameter. Our asteroid spotters would easily detect an asteroid of that size.
Indulge us. Theoretically.
The blast would be about 1 to 4 megatons, depending on the impact angle.
That's still a lot.
That's a medium yield fusion warhead. Blast radius 13 kilometers. This discussion does not leave this room. Are you clear?
Yes, sir. Ma'am.
I want to see him again. Finish your joke. Please
Higher
finish your
return
joke.
signatures on one side of those fragments could
Stealth
imply
tech.
that the original rock was coated in stealth tech.
Marco Inarus threw a stealth rock at us.
And it broke up.
You think it stopped at 1? We need to retask the watchtowers.
Are you out of your fucking mind, ma'am? And if the SG gets wind of it...
I have burned all the bridges in front of me and behind me. And I don't give a fuck. We're right. And you know it.
It's my girl. Finish your joke. Finish your joke. Damn it. I want to know the end of the joke. Because, like, no one else is going to get it besides people that watch The Expanse. So it's like if I meet, like, one of y'all in the wild, we can have a good, like, little chuckle. Oh, I was also told, I think it was this episode. Next one. Thomas Jane. Back in spirit. DeWalt and Motang in the belt. I feel like drummer ship shouldn't be called the DeWalt. Like, it needs something more fierce. Like the Beyonce. She even sleeps with eye makeup on. Brave girl. Did I just see real boobs on The Expanse? I ain't mad. We just have to blur them out.
They stripped him.
Yeah, girl. Same. I'm glad this is at the beginning of the episode and not closer to the end, because if this had been drank all the way, I would have been a mess.
Who here condemns me?
Yeah.
I speak for Fred Johnson and Tycho Station.
It was still the right call at the right time. She's gonna feel so much responsibility.
When power is restored, search a ship for backup data course. Ashford will have those hidden somewhere. Why would Mark Goinados waste a good salvage like this?
Send a message.
He left it as a message. Come after me, and you die.
Jeez. Oh, God.
That's Paolo Cortazar, the protogen scientist who worked on the protomolecule, right?
Yeah.
Cortazar was taken from a secure research facility and off of Ceres by a Belter strike team.
This was the
Guess
other
who?
thing you wanted to discuss.
You need to wake the fuck up. You have got a serious problem on your hands. Somebody is after the protomolecule and you know where it is.
Poor Monica. I can't believe I just said that.
Once we find the skinnies that grabbed it, we're gonna get some answers.
You should get off Tycho.
And stop calling them skinnies, you a-hole.
Nobody is going near him. I'm gonna harden up security, put an extra detail on him.
You're probably behind it, dude. Bull stands for bullshit. Oh my god, is she gonna see Philip this episode? It is called Mother. Ah, I don't know why that didn't. Would he remember her? Like, how long ago was that? Would he be like, yo, moms, what's up? Or would he be like, get away from me? Seven souls accident free. I don't know how long a soul is, but hopefully that's a day. It'd be nice if it were a week or a month, but it is not. Kick his ass. Oh.
I see you before, Kay.
Mm-hmm. In a young boy's face. Oh.
I never saw famous person before.
Famous person?
Thank you, but I'll pay for it.
Too good, Kay, for take gift from Belta Copan.
Let me buy you both around.
That all you think we're worth, Kay?
Oh,
How about you buying this on Jade Rounds?
Fine.
Oh!
The Naomi I remember would never have gotten a shakedown like that.
Probably because you were always around.
Oh, friend!
Couple seats just open up, huh?
I love that. Look at that relationship. Oh, but look at that relationship.
I'm here for bounty on Mako. If I wanted to put you in jail, you'd be there already.
Mm-hmm. This is the correct episode for alcohol.
Yum Sing.
I'm saying.
Yum Sing.
You would work with a couple guys from the brothel trying to kiss his ass for better shifts on the line.
Yeah, you bought him so much whiskey, he never make it to the brothel. I never got my money back.
I got the better shifts.
Oh, I love seeing this. Not this, but like that.
I know Philip's here.
Well, that'll change the conversation's tone.
He don't want to speak to you. He don't want you in his life.
Oh.
I'll believe that when he tells me to my face.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
I'm still his mother. You left him. And us.
Oh, she's better too.
I have the right. You have nothing.
Mm.
Go back. Back to your inners.
Some bitterness just stays, doesn't it?
It was good seeing you one last time.
Knuckles.
Knuckles. I like that.
So get something useful out of Babbage and we'll have proof.
Babbage,
She just
that's
wants
her
to
name.
talk about Ulyss.
Right.
It's just she seems cool, you know? And I don't wanna give her the wrong impression about me.
Which is,
Yeah, which is.
That I'm talking to her to get closer to her boss.
trust me, it's the last thing I want to.
But that is why you're talking to her, Alex.
Thanks so much for meeting me.
Oh, and
I don't
help
trust
out
her.
a fellow sailor.
You up for a glass of wine on the War College, of course. Research is deductible.
Yeah, that sounds great.
This is the best episode ever.
You willingly walked into the unknown. Not a lot of people can say that. And you also saw some very weird shit.
Yeah, I
Definitely
did.
saw some weird shit.
Which I guess brings us to why you asked me here.
Spill.
The RCE reports are classified, and the Belter accounts are filled with so many inconsistencies.
Why are you being so physical with him?
See, it started with a swarm of metal locusts, and it ended with a
Should he be telling her
run-of-the-mill
this?
physics-defying fusion shutdown. See, that proto-molecule, it was looking for something on that planet that I'm not at liberty to discuss. And he convinced it to just shut everything down.
It being the ghost of Josephus Miller, the Belters referred to in their broadcasts.
Exactly.
Is he telling her too much?
And you know, if it wasn't for Miller,
I hate these interruptions. I lost my joke. I lost everything about Miller.
yeah, if it wasn't for Miller, we'd all be dead on that rock.
Yep.
But lucky for everyone, we destroyed that last piece of proto-molecule crap.
The most amazing thing about that story might just be your modesty.
Well, Babbage sucks. I trust her 0%. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, he should hide it in there, but like he hid it in that one. She knows our guy too well. And who would think to look in that? That's the juicy bits. That's the meat. Oh, God. I get so much stress and anxiety about this moment right now.
You do know, Marco, that throwing rocks at Tycho Ceres will do little to harm the innards.
Even our dreams are small. Die in darkness, Bratna.
To the execution dock I have come. Till he go to the execution block for to serve.
Same girl. Same. Oh my God. Who knew that Ashford would be the one that affected me this much?
We will find Marco Naros and collect a $20 million bounty on his head.
Hope.
A bounty? We do this, then we earn the lasting respect of the other factions. And the bounty will sustain us for years to come.
It's not about the bounty. Not for her, at least. Thank you. Thank you so much for these scenes. I really needed them. I really, really, really needed them.
The operational security is pathetic. That specific container.
She's spicy. I like her.
Family business. And moonlights and kidnapping. Who says Belters are hard up for jobs?
Exactly. I don't like him. Ooh. Hold him with a gun. Why did I just get Star Trek Undiscovered Country vibes? When there was a whodunit and the people who done it died.
She said, how the hell did you get there so fast? And I was like, we're celebrities.
Did she buy it?
Not at all.
Ew.
So how long you been working with Silverchair?
Going on 5 years.
No. He's one hell of a great speaker.
Sounds like you're more interested in him than me.
Oh, no. I was just hoping that maybe I could land a gig speaking at the War College, you know?
Smart play, Alex.
Where you headed out?
Nowhere, just a routine supply run.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, on what ship?
The Barkeith.
Maybe, I don't know, we could do it again when you get back.
That would be interesting.
That is, I was gonna say not a yes, but that definitely seems like a yes.
Why?
Took 5 seasons. Alex got some action.
Oh, well, excuse me.
Hey, you're Alex Kamal, right?
He's a celebrity.
Guilty as charged. Why do I?
Fuck. Come on, Alex. No!
What the fuck? Oh. What did you do to me?
He seems kind of okay with it.
What do you want to know about Admiral Silverchair?
Why did Alex
Yeah.
say something witty?
If he's really selling weapons
Damn
to
it.
the Belters.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
My friend.
Don't say her name. Don't say her name. Don't say it.
My friend, Bobby Draper.
God damn it.
Okay, thank you. Shoot him.
Oh? Well, no, I think that's a mistake.
Hey, Alex.
Oh, God. Good for you, Alex. Thanks for calling, Alex.
Yeah, right. That's what they were asking me to give them my valuables.
And you just happened to drop by.
That's right.
Lucky
Just
for
happened
me.
to drop by. Lucky for you.
One of the former Navy petty officers, dishonorably discharged.
Ooh.
For what? Theft of military hardware? They're just a couple bottom feeders. Probably looking to make a quick score off a personal note.
Or they're involved. Thank you, police officer, for that information.
She is shipping out on a supply run tomorrow.
Did you get the name of the ship?
Barkeith.
If that's even correct.
You have a ship.
I got a yacht.
Well, technically it's my yacht, okay? I salvaged it.
There's no need to get legalistic on me, Bobby.
We'll take the Razorback out and keep our scopes tight on the Barkeith. Any ships they encounter, we get visual IDs and drive signatures and send the lot to Avasarala.
We can on the Razorback. Yeah. That whiskey.
I felt the same emptiness that you feel now.
Shut up. You do not.
If I wanted company, I'd have stayed in bed.
Oh.
I can only guess how much Ashford meant to you, but it is not enough to justify pursuing Marco.
Is it not?
It's not about revenge, it's about money. A good opportunity for all of us.
It's not about money.
When Ashford left to hunt Marco, I gave him this bottle as a send-off. He said we'd drink it together when he returned.
If you'd have gone with Ashford, you would have suffered the same fate.
Or maybe this bottle would be empty.
But there are better ways to grieve. Stay with me. I will.
Oop, just knocked my light off. She gonna watch it again?
We found the Tynan. As I feared, Ashford is dead. I'm sending you what Ashford found. Maybe it will do some good for the belt.
They're going to Fred.
This is not my fight.
So much alike. He's gonna be a dick, isn't he?
Philip, please. I need to
What do you want? Why should I listen to you? You left and discarded me like a piece of trash.
I abandoned you. And I'm sorry. I'll never forgive myself for making the choice that I did. But I never stopped loving you. And I never will. That's why I'm here. The ship that I came in on, I bought it for you. I'm giving it to you.
Wow.
Take it. I will send you all the money that you need, but please, just take it.
Fuck you.
I know what you're going through. I know this sounds crazy.
You don't know shit. I don't need you. Everything my father told me about you is true.
Don't go, Philip, please. Just listen to me.
It's kind of what I expected, unfortunately.
They think Monica's still in the container.
That's the way it's gonna stay.
No, we'll do one better. I'll set up a party inside the container, and when they open the door, we'll take them and the ship. And let's make sure we have someone left to talk to this time.
I don't trust Bull. I don't trust him at all. I think Bull stands for bullshit. Hey, girl. It's been a rough day. He's gonna take it, though, for his father.
Philip.
Yeah.
Fuck. What's going on?
Oh, God damn it.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
God
Stop.
damn it.
She's coming with us.
Boss, she can't come.
Do it.
No!
Philip's an asshole.
Retasking the watchtowers isn't going to happen.
Why not?
As soon as my contact heard the name Marco Naros, he shut me down.
Mm.
And indulging in your conspiracy theories.
Her chief of staff is fucking spineless and weak.
It is my ass on
Earth's gonna get hit, and Nancy Gal's gonna look stupid.
Cushy retirement is more important than preventing an attack.
Oh, come on, Christian.
We don't have enough proof. If you were in charge and someone came to you with this theory, you would laugh them out of your office, and if they persisted, you would reassign them to the farthest outpost in the Jovian system.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, tell him.
Part of this job is knowing when it's over and moving on. That's what we need to do.
No, that is not what you need to do. Shit.
I know it's been a while since we spoke, but I just wanted to see how you're doing. It was nice seeing Ashanti and the boys here. We did a good job raising her. Mostly you, I suppose. I hope we speak again soon.
Bobby? Fred Johnson? Oh, that's delightful.
You do know, Marco, that throwing rocks at Tycho Ceres will do little to harm the inners.
You still don't see it. Even our dreams are small.
That is what she needs to get Nancy Gal's attention. Oh God. Oh God, baby. Your life's done. They know something's up. Oh, sweet Jesus. Sorry if my light changed during the middle of the reaction. I grabbed a tissue and my light filter fell off and I didn't feel like fixing it in the middle. Because what a great episode. Not only was it a great drinking episode, thanks, Xander, for that. He didn't tell me to drink during this, but he was like, I think one in the future you might want to. Great episode, directed by Thomas Jane. Thank you, Miller. The of course, like I always say with every Expanse episode, the end is where like they get you, but like the show itself like has so much meat. It is so good. Okay, so not only multiple people finally hearing Ashford's message, and I'm so happy that Drummer heard it, although heartbreaking, and I'm so glad that she opened up and she was vulnerable and she shared that. Like, I'm so happy that she did that, and I do still think that the mission for Marco is about revenge. Like, come on, it's definitely about revenge for her. And yes, like she wants to make Belter's lives easier, especially people on her ship that she considers, like now her family. I mean, of course she wants to give them 20 million credits, dollars, whatever it would be. But definitely her drive would be revenge. Now I know she sent the information to Fred Johnson and she says, this isn't my fight. Sure. I don't foresee her letting that go. I would be shocked if she did. And while she might pretend for a while, I feel like in the end, like that's going to be the drive that takes her towards Marco. And it was really interesting because I was just like, when they said that they had looked at the ship from, like top to bottom and it was all clear, when she closed that panel and I saw that fire extinguisher, I literally thought in my head, that would be really weird for, I don't want to say like a Belter, but for Ashford to like follow like rules to have like a fire extinguisher right there. And then when she opened it up and there was another fire extinguisher, I was like, well, that's weird. And that's when they did the pan out and I was like, oh, not that I want to be like, I'm good. I'm so good. I figured it out. But I was just like, it's interesting. And I know that they filmed it in a way that it would catch your view. But at the same time, I was just like, that was interesting. Aha, that's why. Now I'm happy that I finally got a little bit of closure, at least a little bit on Ashford. That it is now known that he is gone. He has died. And I'm not happy that Drummer was the one to discover it, but at the same time I am, because that's the one person that it would be the most meaningful to. Yes, there's probably people that are loyal to Ashford that would probably feel that on some level, but for her, the surrogate father / brother / mentor that he served for her, I think that was the right person. And that next shot of her with just like the Kubrick look of like looking through the eyebrows and just, woo, let me tell you, like she is lovely and she's beautiful. And yes, she's my flavor. But I would also say that just like her level of strength as a character, but then like her being very vulnerable and open and emotional in this one meant the world to me. Her, like when she's like hurt on the behemoth and she's paralyzed and she's dealing with that, like I feel like that's the majority of people that might be in that situation that have lived that life of being mobile and wanting to be able to do more and fight and be her. But I feel like in this one, even when she's just wrapped in the blanket, hair's down, she's feeling her feelings, and she like looked to that bottle and she was just like, I'm going to drink this. And then she closes it. I feel like at that moment, she kind of like thought to herself, like, this will be a celebration drink. And her trying to give that bottle to Ashford to celebrate him, going off and searching for Marco, and him saying like, we'll have that drink together when I get back. I don't know if her putting the little cork in that, it hit me differently because I remember him saying that to her, and her putting the cork back into me is like, it's not like I'm saving this for a special occasion. It's like, I'll drink this when I get back. And we know how that went. So for me, I worry about Drummer personally. I worry about like the path that it could take her down. I worry that she will become the person who will be self-sacrificing for somebody like Ashford, but to stop Marco. A lot of people, I have a really good friend that when I told her I was watching The Expanse, that she was like, oh, I love that show. And then she's like, my favorite character is Drummer. And I think I was like midway through season 2. I had known at that point who Drummer was, even though they didn't have her by name. And then when they introduced her, I was like, okay, that's my friend's favorite character. And I was like, she's cool, but like she like wasn't like a standout character. And I feel like this episode, I can see why more people gravitate towards Drummer being their favorite character, because I can see like the passion and the love and the fire that burns in her, and how attractive that is to have somebody like that in your life that would fight for you that way. The way she wants to fight for Drummer, the way she like wants to fight for Naomi. I feel like it's only going to get more and more from here. That's why it was always, I wasn't confused by people saying that Drummer was her favorite character, but I was just like, I haven't seen enough to determine why that's the case. And I think just this episode is the springboard for that to evolve. People would say redacted, and I was like, that's Ashford. 100% that's Ashford. He is my redacted character. Anyone who starts The Expanse, I'll say redacted, it's Ashford. Definitely in my top 5. Hearing his voice multiple times, and then having several different people hear that, not only Drummer, but then Fred Johnson, even though you don't witness him hearing it, and then him sending that to Christian and Christian hearing it. It's like all of my characters that I love and adore are coming together, and now they're knitted very closely together. The fact that Fred sent that to Christian, God, I would love to see an interaction with Chad Coleman. And I'm not going to say her name because I always mess it up, but Christian, I'd love to see those two in the same room. I don't know if we ever get that. And dear God, would that be just like chef's kiss? Because I think that they're so amazing as characters separately, but then for them to have that conversation together, a conversation together, like it's just, and I really loved that everything kind of like came together, because I've been wondering about Kodazar for the longest time. Like, is he just in a room, like scribbling on the walls? Like, what has he been doing? And now that we know that he's been taken, and that people are trying to utilize the proto-molecule, and I don't want to say poor Monica, it almost came out of my mouth, but like Monica, like screaming about like her theories as they're walking out of the room. It's not that they are like, we're not listening to you. It's like, they know we don't have time for you. Like, we can't manage you right now. Like we have other things to go for. The fact that the 2 belters that they found, like I even said it, I was like, it feels like Undiscovered Country, like the Star Trek movie, like when they have the whole whodunit and then they roll out and it's like, oh, they're dead, but the gravity boots don't fit. So it's like they were like utilized for something, but they're like just a small part in the bigger part of things. And I think Fred has it right by like having them pick up the container and like seeing what happens. Now, Bull, I will say Bull, I don't trust that guy. I don't trust the guy. I don't like that guy. He keeps calling Belter skinny, and that's not okay. But I don't trust that guy. I don't know if you guys realize, but the lean in means it's important to me. I don't like him. I don't trust him. Just like, I almost said Cabbage because I hate her name. Babbage is a really dumb name. Sorry if anyone has the name Babbage, but like it's a dumb name. But like, I love that Alex was really trying to like play up to her curiosity about everything. And like, of course she wants info. Like she wants info because her boss is probably behind it. But like I don't think she's having like a conversation with him that's like remotely like, I want to know the science of Ellis. Shut up, girl. Shut up. But the fact that she got the information that she needed, but I feel like he got the information he needed, but I don't know how sound it is when she says like, oh, I'm taking off on the Barkeith. Like, is she? And the fact that those two Martians show up and they assault Alex, and I guess it's a truth serum. Like, I need that for dates, man. Tell me about yourself. I'm a little saucy. It's the Pinot. Like, I just want to show you the difference between like rosé would be down to here. The Pinot is still very high. And it still makes me very saucy. I might have to go like walk around the block a couple times before I do the next episode. But the I don't know if the Barkeith is really the ship, if she was lying, if she was like leading them in that direction, like, you know, like a distraction. I'm not quite sure. I do think that like drunk Alex and drugged drunk Alex is funny. But I do think Alex would be a great team to drink with. Him, drummer, and Bobby. I think like I want to do shots with all of them. They'd be a good time. I still want the joke that Delgado was telling Christian. I'm very upset that I didn't get the punchline for that. My feelings are hurt. But I do like that they had the scientist in there to talk about the fact that like something wasn't right about that asteroid. The fact that it broke up from the sun. I thought my whole thing was I thought Marco was sending them out, one, so they looked random, but two, if it went by the sun and it broke up and it came back around, then multiple rocks would have been thrown. I guess that's not the case. The fact that it was identified by the ship, of course, that's why they had to have them destroyed. But the fact that he's just like, you know, like there's like parts that don't look, and I'm like, stealth tech. And the fact that Christian is so right and she's so close and she's so dead on, but she has nobody to listen to her. She's burned all of her bridges. She has made so many enemies. And even if I feel like if she had won the election, she wouldn't have maybe talked to Bobby. I feel like she might have talked to Bobby. She might not have taken it seriously. And I think Delgado is right. Like if somebody came to you with this, you would like throw them on like another mission, like out in the Jovian system. 100% I think that that's true. The fact that like this is like her life now, and this, I'm sure she has a job that she has to do, but like this is like her main focus. She doesn't have to win an election anymore. Like she doesn't have to like try to play chess against Aaron Wright. Like this is her mission. And Delgado walking away is upsetting, but her getting that information from Fred Johnson, new bridge being built. That's why I'd be really excited if they got into a room and they talked. I think that that would be amazing. Not only the actors talking to each other, but the characters talking to each other. I don't know if we get that. Damn, I want that so bad. I want that so badly. Holden didn't really serve much of a purpose in this episode. Like he's, of course, like the main guy, but like he was just kind of like, you know, a mouthpiece for getting this investigation going and keeping it going. Like I said, I don't trust a bull. I like that Holden, it seems like Holden doesn't really trust him 100%. Fred does, unfortunately. And I just, like I said, I have a feeling about Bull that he's bullshit. Naomi. I've been saving that one. We didn't get anything with Amos in this episode, and that's okay. That's okay. I think I needed a break anyway from the Amos storyline because I don't know if my heart could take it. And especially with Ashford in this one, like, let's just spread out the emotional moments. But, you know, it was nice to see Naomi on Palace Station with people that she knew and that she had relationships with, and that she, like, I don't even know his name, but when she hugged him, like, she was so happy, and like she's smiling and looking down at him, and like he's holding her face, and like it was just a great moment. Like, she's not accepted by all Belters. Like, there were definitely people that were like, we know who you are. And while they were like, we don't want your charity, we also think that you should pay for everything. Like, there's just chips on the shoulders, I think. Like, she's the one Belter that's on the Rocinante, and I think that they should treat her a little bit differently personally because I've seen the entire journey, but I know that they haven't. And so they just think that like she got lucky. I feel so bad for her. And I knew it was going to happen with Philip. I knew he wasn't going to be like, moms, you know, like, what's up? I knew that wasn't going to happen. I knew it was going to be contentious. I knew it was going to be painful for her. He looked like he's been waiting to say these things his whole life. So it's probably been in the back of his mind that like his mom abandoned him. And he doesn't see any wrong in what his dad is doing. And I hope when she said that she bought him the ship, I was like, oh my God, like he's going to use that for his father's, plans. But the fact that they are on a ship together with people that love her, even if it's contentious, even if they have baggage and there's beef and there's tea to be spilled. Like there's people there that genuinely know her and love her. And then there's Philip, who doesn't really know her, has an opinion of her from his father that he's built like his whole like image of his mother around. I think being on the ship with her, being in the same place with Naomi, like from the first episode, I have loved Naomi. I have loved her character. I have loved Dominique playing her. I love the poetry in which she speaks, but I love the thoughtfulness that she has. I love her heart, her sympathy, her empathy, all of those things that make Naomi, Naomi. I do not think the power that is Naomi can be denied. And I was like, oh my God, that's heartbreaking, the interaction that they had. And she's like screaming after him, like, come back, give me a chance. And I think now being on the same ship with him, there might be some things that come to light or some heartfelt moments in which he might hear and at the moment might not react accordingly. But I feel like when people say things, they tend to sink in and longevity wise take effect. And I really think that Naomi is such a beautiful person that there's no way he could deny her. I mean, this is episode 3 and what we have 7 episodes left. So I have hope for Philip. Although he is a terrorist and he's a murderer and probably other things, I still think that he's a person made of two people, and he's definitely showing his father, and I think his mother is going to have a profound effect on him. At least I hope. Dear God, that is my hope. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it'll happen. It is my dream, and it is it's what I want for Naomi. It's what I want for Philip. It's kind of what I want for Marco. I'd love to just be able to give like Marco the big old fuck you, which by the way, I still have dye in my finger. I don't think you guys can see that. I'd be flipping you off, but there's like dye like right there. Like I'm not dirty. I tinted my eyebrows. Anyway. I'm going to show you my hand. I'm going to explain that my nails are not done and I have dye on both of these fingers from going whoop, whoop, wipe, 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 wipe. See, that's why Pinot Grigio is great for reactions, because then I tell you all the upkeep and maintenance that it is to be a woman. Dudes, if you don't know, it's a lot. Okay, so the question is now, what does Christian do with this message? What is Fred Johnson's plans by sending Christian this message? I think that Holden being with Fred Johnson helps. I don't think Bull helps at all. I think Naomi being with her son is fantastic. I think that a lot of magic can happen there. I think Drummer pretending that she doesn't have any revenge because 100% like she wants revenge. I don't expect her to be a pirate all season. I don't expect her to just be pirating other ships and stealing. I don't expect that. So I look forward to the revenge, but I also feel like there is a sacrifice that comes with that. And I don't know if it's her crew, if it's her ship, if it's herself. That was a really loud truck outside. So I'm cautiously optimistic about Drummer, but when it comes to Marco, I get the feeling that there is a lot of pain that's going to follow, and I don't know what that means. I mean, he just, like the guy like that was just feeding the fish, like, he just blew him up. I hope that got Nancy Gow's attention. I hope the message that Christian received from Fred Johnson is something that Christian can utilize to strengthen her position, somehow to help Nancy Gow. I don't think Nancy Gow is going to be the person you want to go to or that you feel comfortable going to in this situation. I really don't. I don't think she's that leader. I just don't. I don't think Christian necessarily would have been. Dare I say Aaron Wright would have been perfect for this scenario. I don't even know if that's true. I feel like Saucy. I kind of missed that guy actually. Like Sean Doyle did a really good job as Aaron Wright. I really liked his acting. But I feel like we need to find somebody who's good in this position to fight Marco. I feel like Holden will do anything he can for Naomi. I feel like Naomi will do anything she can for Philip. I feel like Drummer will do anything for Naomi and the belt. I feel like Alex will do anything for Mars and Bobby and for his friends and his family. I feel like Alex is actually the one with the biggest heart on the show. He just makes bad decisions. Find you a girl that you can love and be in space with. Like stop meddling in Mars. I was happy that he got even a little bit of action in this episode. It took 5 seasons, but here we are. I don't think people need action. Let me rephrase that. People need action. They do not need necessarily romance or love stories. But people have needs. Anyways, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon, as well as full-length reactions for other episodes of other shows that I am watching. Currently, The Bad Batch, House of the Dragon, Vox Machina, soon to be Severance, as soon as House of the Dragon is done. The Last of Us will be going up soon. It might actually be up as of this video going up on YouTube. It is a week after it goes up on Patreon, so if you want to see everything beforehand, head over there. It's my little magic fingers. But in the meantime, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Did Drummer's discovery of Ashford's message, did it hit you as emotionally as it hit me? I don't know if it was the one. I feel like I would have cried anyway. I'm not feeling remotely drunk or buzzed or anything, but definitely I feel like it was a great drinking episode. Thumbs up, Xander. Even though I did not buy any rosé, and he wouldn't tell me exactly what episode, but now I know it was this one. Thomas Jane. Good job, buddy. Good to have you back in spirit. Somebody left a message saying that when somebody had said something to him about the show, about him saying how lucky he felt to be included in something so amazing, and how encapsulated by the story he was, and just the crew and the show itself and the writing, and just how once in a lifetime opportunity it was. And I agree with him. This show is so different than any other show, and every time I recommend it to somebody, after they make it to episode 4, they're like, dude, and I'm like, yeah. I wish I could record everybody's first time watching it. I don't know if everybody, I feel like if everybody did reactions to it, you're very engrossed in it and you pay attention to all the fine details. If you're watching it at home, sometimes you miss a lot of the little things. And I feel like watching somebody watch it for the first time is something that I'm looking forward to. So if there's any new Expanse reactors out there, I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait. I've been watching Blind Wave, Nikki and Steve, Normies, L&M, and I feel like there's another one in there that I'm missing, but I've been watching their reactions after I do a couple episodes of my own. I'll go back and watch I watched the scene with Ashford in 410. And nobody was crying, and I was sobbing uncontrollably. I'm like, how does nobody else feel like this? And that just goes to show that people feel so differently about the show. They might love it, but their investment in characters might be different, and their vulnerability might be different, and what they allow people to see might be different. And to me, that was probably the hardest episode that moment was the hardest moment that I've ever had watching The Expanse. Like, even when Miller died, like, still Ashford's death was the one that hit me the hardest. And I was like looking forward to everybody like crying along with me. And I was like, nobody else is crying along. So I think that that's great, is like watching other reactors react to this show is just, it's so different, and the things that they pick up and they see is just wild. And I do wait a couple episodes so they like don't like put things in my head, but it definitely is fun to watch. And so I get it. I am one of you. I get it. Okay, guys, I'm going to watch the next episode. So same hair, same shirt, same me. But I'll see you there. Bye.